Small talk, I like cash talk. Lady diamonds hitting, turn the flash off. I'm like Wayne Dixie, I get bags off. Baby got a pretty face, slim waist, ass off. I'ma get my own sack.
Okay, y'all, so I noticed in part 3, I was getting ahead of myself. I was about to jump a timeline to something that didn't happen until like months after me having a baby. So let me slow it down. After I gave birth to Nasir, I was in the hospital for a week. From Monday to Friday, they tried to discharge me on the second day. I told the nurse straight up, like, I'm scared. I'm nervous to go home. So looking back at it, my mom and my sister, they would have gladly came to my house, stayed with me, and help me with certain things and teach me certain things. They let me stay. I was about 6 months pregnant. I came to the realization, like, I'm gonna be a single mom. Like, that's just what it's gonna be. I have to accept it because I'm having a baby by a complete elderly idiot. It's not my fault. I didn't ask for this, and I damn sure was not okay with the situation or the arrangement or anything like that. Now keep in mind that, like I said, the whole 5 days I was there, he never spent the night. He never stayed longer than probably 15 minutes. The first night he damn sure did not stay over 5 minutes. So I'm gonna go back a little bit when I was still pregnant. I'm doing this for a reason. So I want y'all to really pay attention to what I'm saying. So when I was about 6 months pregnant, he came to me like, oh yeah, I can't really stay in I can't spend the night in one spot because somebody's after me. In the back of my head, I already have anxiety. I already have PTSD, so I'm uncomfortable. I'm just like, okay, like, don't be standing here, because my initial thought was, if somebody run up on me while you're not here, like, well, I don't want that happening. So it was just more so like, oh, he was leaving. I was like, okay, well, drive safe. He told me, y'all, I swear to God, this man told me he was basically on the run from God knows who. And that he was staying at his cousin's house 10 minutes away from his sister's house in Baltimore. His sister was all the kids. Like I said, I'm not going to say any names because they're just not that important to mention. People who know me and people who know of certain people, or if you're the family, you know exactly who the fuck I'm talking about. So he told me he was staying 10 minutes away from her house. So I'm like, okay, cool. It was to the point, y'all, like, when he would leave my house, keep in mind, my house and the first baby mother's house was 12 minutes away from each other. He would real live leave my house, y'all, on FaceTime, getting on the highway as if he's driving to Baltimore. You know how I know? Because he flipped the camera. He would take pictures, he would take videos of certain places that he was at and be like, oh, see, I'm not lying to you. Like, it got to the point where he was on, like, a couch, like some type of recliner, and was like taking a picture, like, see, like, I'm at where I'm supposed to be at. So I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, he getting on the highway, like, obviously he's going to Baltimore. But me being a woman and a man telling me to just take my word, he's on the run or he's running from people and da-da-da-da, why would I not believe that? That is believable. Like, being as though what type of environment he comes from, that is so fucking believable. I don't understand why everybody's making it seem like, oh, I'm delusional, I'm slow, I'm this, that. No, I'm not. That's what happened as to why he wasn't staying at my house or whatever. Back to the hospital. So my last day comes, he's supposed to pick me up. Y'all know, if you ever had a baby, they give you the birth certificate packet and the social security packet for you to apply for a social security card and a birth certificate. So I'm filling it out the night before, but thank God I was in a state where I was just so unsure about everything with the birth certificate because the process happened after the hospital. So certain things just aligned exactly how they were supposed to in the right way. Because had I had finished that paperwork, gave it to the hospital people, God knows what type of dysfunction would have been going on with my baby being just withheld from me, from him trying to be petty. Because he tried to do it before, but I told him I was going to call the police on him. And he not on the birth certificate. You don't have no rights. Friday comes. They discharging me. He's supposed to pick me up. He goes, oh, I was thinking I'm gonna send my sister to come pick you up. So I'm just looking like, nigga, I just had a whole baby. Why the f do I want your sister to come pick me up? Just why? You know, I'm just asking questions like, but I don't want your sister to pick me up. I want you to pick me up and I want to go home. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he's like, oh, I got something to do, da da da. I have something to do. Your newborn son comes after what you have to do. His sister with all the kids come, and we in the front of the hospital. Mind you, I'm just irritated because it's like, I don't even know his sister like that. You know what I mean? At this point, it's just like, this it's uncomfortable to me. I just had a whole baby. Like, I want to be around my loved ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand this is your sister, but at the end of the day, I want to be around my family type shit. But I'm the type of person, like, I don't want to be rude, or I don't want to just, you know what I'm saying, make nobody uncomfortable, or I don't want to seem like I'm snappy or anything like that. So sometimes I'll just do, like, uncomfortable laughs, like, In certain situations, that's what I'll do. So we in the car, I'm thinking, you know, she about to drive me home. I guess him and his sister came up with this plan. I don't even know why they thought this was a smart idea, but okay, whatever. She's on the phone with him. I think she said something like, she might as well come to my house then. Or they're talking. I can't remember exactly how the conversation went, but I'm just like, you know, in the back of my head, I'm just like, I don't want to go there. This man is such a gaslighter to the point where keep in mind when I got picked up by his sister and I was like, I'm just shocked. Like, I don't want to go to your sister's house. He really tried to stand me up in my face and say that me, my mom, and his sister had a conversation amongst each other and said, I think it's best that you go to his sister's house. I didn't need to go to her house. He suggested it. I didn't want to be rude because she seemed so excited. So I was like, I didn't want to be rude. But I had my mom on my computer and I'm about to ask her. Remember that time I gave birth to Nasir and his sister he didn't pick me up, but his sister picked me up. He sent his sister to pick me up. And then he gonna try to say that me, you, and the sister had a conversation about me going to her house. When? Huh?
I ain't never talked to her.
Hey, my mom don't even know her. My mom don't even know this lady. She's only seen this woman when they come to the birthday parties and they mug and they just look like pit bulls in the face. That's the only time she sees these people. Like, she don't have this girl's direct number. She don't have his mom number. My family does not keep in contact with their family. Like, that's just not a thing. Like, we don't do that. So why are you lying? And since I know y'all looking at my social media, I'm gonna address this too. The sister, the one that picked me up from the hospital, you always keep saying, every time we have words, you keep talking about something, all we've done for you. I find that very ironic, and I find it very hilarious that now you want to say, all we've done for you. First of all, I never even asked to come to your house, baby. You and your brother came up with the bright idea for me to go to your house. I never said, please, can me and my son come to your house? Because I could have just went to my mom's house. I could have just went to my older sister's house. I could have had one of my other sisters come to my house and assist with my child. So it's so funny how it's, all we've done for you, when who the fuck is we? Who is we? Now y'all want to be a team when I slightly have some anger spewing out of me, but when I'm asking y'all, drop everything and help save Craig, aka my son, then it's, I'm not the one that's sticking you, I'm not your baby daddy, and da 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 da. Why it's not the same energy? That's what I be talking about. They enable this man so much. He be giving them money. He be taking their kids for back to school shopping, haircuts, hair, money, whatever their kids ask for. That's why they're so, he would never be like that. Not a dub. One thing I'm gonna say about having a kid with somebody who is difficult co-parenting and family enables this grown-ass man, you don't experience that man as a baby daddy. You experience that man as your brother, your son, the uncle. So you can't really sit around and tell somebody what their experience is with your brother just because he treats your kids a different type of way. That's why I've always been like this. I never trust no sisters. I've never trust no mother, because at the end of the day, they gonna enable the fuck out of that man. So you need to choose your words very wisely about, all we've done for you, because you ain't did a bitch ass thing for me. You decided to take me and my son to your house. Once again, I didn't ask you. She passes the phone back to me and he's just like, yeah, you might as well just go to my sister's house. Like, I'm not going to be around like that. Like, I'm not going to be able to be around like that. So you could just get the extra hands at my sister's house. So I'm just like, I don't want to go to your sister's house. Like, I want to go home. And he was like, but I'm not going to be able to. No. Like, all these fucking dumbass, childish, old man ass lies. I'm just like, okay, whatever. I catch an attitude and I just like give her the phone back, because I'm just like, this is just ridiculous. Like, as a grown ass man, you mean to tell me you can't set aside a time to be a dad? Like, you're a loser. I just realized from then on out, like, from 6 months up until he came, I was like, wow, I made a horrible decision to reproduce with this man. Like, I am so upset at myself. We go to her house, and I'm not gonna say like I was mistreated or anything like that, but this was not my plan to go to her house. I think I was there for like 4 or 5 days or a week or something. I can't remember. I know there was times where I was like, what the fuck do I do? Because I think his navel, like the hard part of his belly button had came off, and I'm just like, oh my God, was it supposed to come off? So I'm like freaking out. You know, she helped me with that. I'm not going to say I was treated foully. I'm not going to say she disrespected me. I'm not going to, except for that one time where she was being weird and she bit Nasir's fingernails off. I don't know. And I was, you know how like when you so shocked, you just like, that's the type of situation was. Even her husband at the time was just like, what the f are you doing? Like, why are you doing that? Why are you biting the baby? Like, why? Moving along, he came one time to get a box of Pampers and me some like bigger clothes or whatever. We went to the store, he was pushing the car, and he just seemed so irritated, so annoyed, and so he just did not want to be doing that at the time or whatever. Now, of course, he's back with his dummy, so now irritating him because now this is something that he has to do. I had so many emotions going on, like I have to deal with this the rest of my life. I can't believe this is my son's dad. I can't believe I let this man touch me. I can't believe I made this idiotic decision. Like, this is embarrassing. So I'm dealing with a whole bunch of emotions, and it's just annoying. So he came that one time, I think that was like the second day I was at his sister's house, and brought the box of Pampers, the adult diapers for me, because you know after you have a baby, you bleed. After that, I didn't see him until the new year, until it was time to pick me up. There was one day, and they were going to a birthday party. It was about to snow. It was about to snow real bad. So he had came and picked up some of the kids to go back to what I thought was the cousin's house because there was other kids over there. His sister slipped up and was like, we're in the car going to the birthday party. I analyzed every single thing. Every single thing. Now, these are not the exact words because it was almost 7 years ago, so I can't remember exactly what she said. But to sum it up, she said, I don't know why he drove all the way out there in this weather. He's gonna have to bring the kids back anyways because they have school in a few days or a week. I don't know what timeline it was, but that's what she said. She said, I don't know why he drove all the way out there. He's gonna have to bring the kids back because they have to go to school. So I'm in the car like,
what did he say?
Literally, my brain is stuck on the part that she said. I don't know why he drove all the way out there. My brain is stuck on that. And there's a reason why my brain is stuck on that, because do y'all remember what I just said? He said that he was, what? He said that he couldn't stay in one spot for a minute, but he was staying at his cousin's house that was 10 minutes away from his sister's house in Baltimore. When she said that, I'm like, drive all the way out there. Drive all the way out there. If he's 10 minutes away, where is all the way out there even considered? Montgomery County. Mind you, all of the immediate family that I know of lives in Baltimore. Baltimore from where I was at least 45 minutes, 35, 40 minutes. I think, yeah, about 35 minutes. So drive all the way out where? Exactly. So I kept that in the back of my mind. I didn't say anything until it was time to say something. I keep hearing her voice say, drive all the way. I don't know why he drove all the way out there. And I couldn't hear nothing else. That's all I kept replaying in my head. So it's time to pick me and Nasir up. He picked us up, and I mean, if there was a way for me to see the fumes coming out of his head, I would see a big ass flame coming off the top of his head. When I tell you irritated. I ended up asking him like, why would you leave me in the hospital by myself for 5 days? He didn't respond to me, so I was like, hello? He ain't say nothing, so I was like, hello? Like, why would you leave me in the hospital for 5 days by myself? This bitch ain't even gonna say, I ain't gotta explain myself to nobody. I'm like, you know when how you get so mad that you just lose control of your breathing? You get the, like, literally shaking. My whole body was shaking. Mind you, I'm in the back seat, Nasir's in the middle. He's driving. It's a snowstorm. I lost it. I literally lost it. He pulls over to a parking lot, calling his sister like, oh, you need to come get this bitch before I put her out the car. So his sister goes, you can't put her out. She got the baby. He said they both can get out. He said they both can get out. A newborn getting put out in some snow. That's what he said. Ever since then, I looked at him for the monster that he was, but I kept trying to like, oh, maybe he didn't, obviously being naive. Oh, maybe he didn't mean it. Like, maybe he was just upset. Because I just couldn't understand how a parent could say something like that and really honestly mean some stuff like that, especially because you already have children. So if you're already connected to your kids, why would you say that out loud? Why would you say something like that out loud? So we end up going, driving to my apartment. And at this point, I'm just hyperventilating. I'm just disgusted with everything that's going on. I dislike myself. I dislike him. I don't want to deal with nothing at this point. You know what I'm saying? This man calls my family, lying to my family, talking about how I'm... and that somebody needs to come get me. What the Oh, my family. Now, mind you, this is still an apartment that his name's on. Oh, you gotta get the out. And that literally after having the baby, y'all. After having his baby. Now he laid up there with the dummy. Now I gotta go. Now I'm getting treated like shit because you're back chilling in a position where you could go back to after you did all of this. Of course, she's gonna allow you to come in because now she feel like she's doing something to me. But this is what I'm gonna say, like, publicly. I don't care about none of that. I really don't. I'm not bitter. I don't feel no type. If they are dating, if they are together, I don't feel no type of way about that. Y'all are idiots. Together, y'all make super idiots. There's no way that I would lay down with a man who does not take care of his children. Like, so that just goes to show what type of character you have. But this is exactly why I always agree with when they say YT women do not like black women, but they love black men. So because he's not taking care of my child, she's eating it all up. She's eating it all up. Okay, y'all, so this is the part where I'm going to put her text message that she texted me, basically bragging about how they went Christmas shopping when I was in labor with Nasir. But then everybody wonders why I don't want this lady around my child. This lady has said she wanted our baby daddy to sign up rights for him. And then you brag about how y'all were Christmas shopping while I was in labor. Why would I want you around my son? Why would I want you around my kid? Like, I don't understand it. Then she said, like, oh, you know where I'm at, y'all. I'm gonna put it like this. Anytime that I see this lady, she always act like she don't know who I am. She always act like she don't know who I am. If you're watching this, girl, you know I seen you on Randolph Road at that McDonald's when I had my all-white Hyundai, and you was in the truck with our baby daddy and the bigger daughter, and you was walking out the McDonald's, and I came around my truck, and I called your name, and I said, oh, you got something you want to talk about? It was like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? When I tell y'all walking fast as hell, she was walking fast as hell. When I asked Nasir's dad about it, he was like, oh, she said she didn't know who you was. I would have said that too. I would have, to redeem myself in front of you, walking fast away from me, I would have said that too. Like, trust me, I done made some appearances. We didn't see each other. And she tried to look the other way multiple times. So I don't know why she gets on Facebook via text messages or wherever else that she feel like she's safe and start to do stuff like this, because you're not built like that. You know you're not built like that. And you know you don't get into that. I don't know why we're faking. These black baby daddies be pumping y'all up. I'm telling you, like, I have begged my son's dad to set up a meeting with this lady for years. It's no cap in my rep. He always be like, oh, I can't force her to do it. Like I said, again, for the 1,000th time, I don't care if y'all together. But my thing is, first of all, Nasir's dad is fucking weird anyways, because you know the reasons why I don't want this bitch around, and you do it anyway. So that just makes you weird. My thing is, as a woman, as a grown woman, and then you're elderly. You're way older than me, baby. You got me by like, 15 years, and scared to sit down with me woman to woman. I already didn't check your temperature. You not on that. And she don't even want to sit down and have a conversation because she knows she popped all that shit. Now you want to hide behind this man. Girl, nobody's touching you. I know your type, baby. Nobody's touching you. Best believe you that trust me, you're saved. As soon as he told me that you would call the police, oh baby, you're saved. Not going to jail behind nobody like you. Then she said something about how he backhanded me. That man ain't never put his hands on me. Let me tell you that. It was one time we got into it and we was scuffling, and that man pulled my hair like he was a bitch on the street. I remember one time I was popping my shit and I was feeding my son. Nasir had to be like maybe 3 weeks to a month old, and I was feeding Nasir and I was popping my shit. He walked back in the house and like threw his hand back like he was gonna hit me. That man ain't never hit me. He know I'm not you. He ain't gonna bust my shit, have me leaking all down my steps out front of my house. She be capping, she be faking, and these are reasons why I don't want her around my child. I feel like as a mother, my shit is justified. Did y'all see in the text message where she said, basically to sum it all up, she was like, he came back to his real family, da da da. Girl, he dog walk you every chance he get. Deny that you even exist to this day. Still to this day, don't claim. Said, open your eyes. Bitch, the only person that need to open her eyes is you. You're a doormat. You're a bottom. You are a yes man. You be doing meet and greets. In a car, yeah, meet and greets. You're right. I could never be you. I would never want to have your position. 3 kids, no ring. And I ain't laughing at nobody paying, but I'm gonna laugh at a bitch being dumb. Pimp and hoe type of vibe. Like, I would never want that for myself. I'd rather be single in my household as a single mom with my child than to be single in a relationship. But yet not telling people the truth. How she spoke to me on the phone, she was talking to me in a calm manner. We laughed about certain things. We agreed about certain things. So how could you get on Facebook and portray an image like I'm just such this bad person that knew about something when you already knew the truth? She's the type of person that's like, oh, well, as long as he come home to me, I don't give a damn if he don't take care of his child. I don't give a damn if he don't contact his child. She don't care. Your value goes down as a woman if you sleep with a man that does not take care of his kids. Like, keep that in mind. If I could take a lot of technical tests for what I'm about to say, I promise you I would in a fucking heartbeat. This woman, his first baby mother, I swear on my life, on my son's life, strike me dead right now. This lady was on the phone like, I know you've been the best girlfriend that he's ever had, but he's just not good for you. I think you should just move on. You could find better. I'm listening to her and I'm like, I'm really shocked by her saying, you are the best girlfriend he's ever had. But you're telling Facebook I'm a side bitch that got pregnant? This woman is aware that we are together. This is not I'm sneaking and geeking my way into what y'all got going on. No, but she's aware they're not together and me and him are together. She's making it clear that that's what's going on. Of course, me being young and dumb, I'm just like, man, this bitch just want me to stop with him. But all in actuality, she probably did just want me to stop with him. She was telling me things like he used to be a kid, like he went on a park bench and was walking around the house with a, told her if she ever leave, he's gonna. She was telling me a whole bunch of things that just have a bitch clutching their pearls. So I'm just like, oh my God, like I didn't know this man don't even drink. Like I didn't even know he was even into throwing him back. Like I didn't know that. This is news to me. But this is also somebody that I'm still getting to know at this point because we moved a little bit too fast. I can agree to that. I told her straight up, like, let's meet up. Like we can go to Fridays, we can go to Applebee's. It doesn't really matter. We can sit and have a conversation like grown women. Like I can let you know, like this is what, we can go phone for phone. Like we can show each other, like, this is what's been going on. She ain't want to do it. So I